Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Karanga mai koutou ki a mātanga o Ngati Whatua. Ki waingani a koutou i runga i tēnei kaupapa whakahira hira. O reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Here Tipene, I don't head my whānau. We need to get that right. I'm just one of the kaimahi, one of the workers who are on this amazing journey with my people, with our family. I think the person who does head it is my auntie, our kwekwe, Whawai Rāmika. She's our patron of My Fānau, and she's worked with our trust board to make this a reality. My Fānau is the name we've given to our whānau order program. We have 4 kaituko whānau, like myself. We're the ones who work with community members who come to us. So we also now have an administrator and we have a team leader. Eru is one of our bosses. He's in charge of policy and development. We also have other bosses. We're aligned closely to the Ngati Orakei Health. We're not social workers, kaitoko whānau. There's no label to us other than we work with community. And I've been a teacher, secondary school teacher for 21 years. Yes, I had the pleasure of teaching Kimi Ora, Manika's son, and great to hear he's doing amazing things. So I've left that life, but of course I've brought my skills with my people, with my community. I'm here today because My Fānau is gaining traction in our community and really enlivening and the community and all our people there. As the name suggests, it's all about our family, My Fānau, and everyone that includes. The Orakei Health Services, over 87,000 clients. With that, we believe they're part of our whānau. We came live, we began our programs in May, really. And since May, I'm looking at the latest figures for us, for My Fānau, we have over 200 clients, and we have 120 whānau plans that we've done. And of course, I looked in our tray that our administrator, she's processing some more new enrolments, and there's another 20 sitting there. And so we're very, very busy, the 4 of us. We have one of our kaituko whānau who works in Orakei. We have one who aligns to our Glenanis clinic, and of course most of us the rest of us are based at Orakei. So that's us as far as process and administration. I want to share with you people what it is that we are doing with our people, but through the core values. Ron mentioned principles, just looking at the core values that drive us and drive our people. So if we look at the first one, tino rangatira. Terence mentioned self-determination when talking with him at breakfast, and how us Native Americans are working at that, as we are. So if you'd like to understand, tino rangatira is self-determination. I like to think of it as taking control of one's life and future. And the first glimpse of that we see is when our clients come in our doors and we sit with them, get to know them, and of course fill out forms. Then after that we say, hey, we need to record your whānau plan. I want to share with you just one of our community newsletters, and I'm going to take examples of some of the principles that I'm talking about from this magazine and from the mouths of the people, our clients. So if we're looking at whānau plans, here's what one of our clients says about her whānau plan that she did with one of our kaitoko whānau. So we have a young 21-year-old mum, and she's going places, as the editor said here, after taking advantage of the My Fānau plan. Here's her voice. As a young mum, I was looking at how I could support me and my baby without wins. So, after consulting with My Fānau and my understanding of My Fānau, the organisation, I decided to take action. Not surprisingly, really, because her dad is on the advisory order, the whānau order. She says, I'm very pleased with myself with putting this plan together. I think to myself, if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am now. So this young girl is now in an administration position at our corporate office after she enlisted with My Fānau and did her plan, and she's now executive assistant of Eru Linden. Since taking up the job, she's recently enlisted in a part-time computing and business administration course in Glen Innes. And just one more about her. My ultimate goal is to make the most out of the great opportunities I have been given as a young mother and to pursue a great career that will provide for me and my whānau. I subscribe to the saying, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. The second principle I'd like to talk about is te mana, the mana of our kui and our kaumātua. Intergenerational transference of knowledge of Māori rongoa is excited, it's alive, and it's active in our community right now. We have a queer who is right at the moment with a group of our community people who are working through and want to offer Māori rongoa at our health clinic soon. Now that's totally in line with our strategic plan of our trust board. Our kui, she's keen to impart her knowledge of rongoa onto hapu members who are interested in natural remedies. Under her guidance, a working group called Tikanga Rongoa has been set up and put a plan together in order to achieve this. One of their key aims is to strengthen whānau support by sharing knowledge and promoting awareness of traditional Māori medicines. The group also want to look at developing a place in Orakei where traditional Māori healing and well-being is provided and preserved for our people by our people. So they work alongside, this group will be working alongside Te Pukakia, who are the next group that I want to talk about. We talk about Te Tipuranga, or the shoots, and Me Te Puawaitanga, and the blossoming. So we've had recent success in our community by our young people and indeed the Pukakia Community Garden. So much so that you see when you come down Kupe Street now, there's this beautiful section. Look, it's alive. It's also a playground for children, and it's certainly where our people, it starts next weekend, they're going to have workshops. But it's headed by Charmaine Leopold and her group, and all the workers are family members who are now employed and been there for some time, improving their qualifications, and now indeed right into the community. We've got this amazing nursery down at our marae, native trees. You may have also heard about all the planting weekends. Yep, Te Pukakia are the group who drive that. And of course now we've got this garden, community garden, and starting next weekend they're running workshops to teach our people how to make gardens or mara in their own backyards. And that's going to be like that for the next few weeks, quite a few workshops. So Te Pukakia works with our Tikanga Rongo people. Why? Because they had a look at, they did an audit of all the native trees and all the medicinal plants that we have, and they're going to be growing them and growing more, and of course teaching people the medicinal properties of each of those plants and trees. So definitely a community effort and initiative. Te maiatanga, for me that just means courage, and potential. Having the courage for our clients to come. I honour them when they come. So the fact that you've made the move yourself, the fact you're walking to our door, you're saying you want to work with us, that takes courage and strength. So maiatanga for us is one of the underpinning principles that all our people go through, and it doesn't just start from them walking the door, it carries on as they're working with us. As I mentioned, some of our people have got jobs with our corporate side of Ngati Whatua. We've also got jobs in businesses, and that's the next thing I want to talk about is mahitahi, partnership, and knowledge, ngā tauranga. We have a lot of, we've made a lot of links, networks with businesses, because one of our main programs with My Fānau is the industry and employment pipeline. And we've had to go out and talk to employers. We've asked them to work with us to help our people into employment, and that's really, really going strong. Most of our 200 or so clients, at least 3/4 of those are with the industry and employment pipeline. So we have amazing employers like Leighton's, the Leighton's Group. They have taken on 9 of our people, and they're offering another 10 positions to us for our people to get jobs. Today when I leave here, I'm going to sit with one of our clients as he convinces Fletcher's that he's the one to take on and be one of their apprentices. So at 10:30, that's what we're going to be doing. And I know that after this one, we will have 2 apprenticeships. Fletcher's will be offering us more. We had a dinner on Friday night. We also had Fulton Hogan. Now Fulton Hogan came to us. They haven't yet given us jobs, but they've offered us jobs. But they offered us a scholarship for engineering. And one of Kawai's mokopuna has received it. Shazaya Salim, she was fortunate enough, because she blew them away, so she deserved to get that scholarship. Her older brother is already doing engineering at Auckland University. So yeah, Fulton Hogan came on board there. We have Downers who are offering jobs, and we're in the process of doing that again, finding employment for more of our people. We have the BNZ Bank. They've offered us some jobs. We've got there's quite a few in the pipeline. So yeah, I think we're very fortunate in that respect. But Ngati Whātua's been here for some time, and people are starting to talk about the local economy. They certainly want to pay. They want to pay with us. They want to work with us, and so we're taking up that invitation. Big time. The biggest one, I think, principle if we think about, is whakawhanaungatanga. You know, the hookups, the networking, building relationships. And one of the just examples that I wanted to share with you is our little leaders. In this picture, and our editor's amazing. He did an amazing job on this template, especially this one I felt, not just because my photo's on the front, not at all, but on the back. This is and Edu's son is one of these recipients. The little leaguers. There we are. We had, men who were interested in getting leagues started, and we thought, let's start with the littlies. They're under 5s, yeah, and they got them going, and then they started the league, and I tell you, every Saturday, there they are, all the parents and all that. You know and I know, Kiwi Sports will bring all the parents out, especially, and the grandparents, of course, watching their mokos, watching their children. So we had leaders, and we had teachers from our puna reo, who were the coaches, brought them together, said, we've got to get started on league. Then they were looking at expanding what they'd started to baseball, to t-ball, all those things for summer. Well, they started baseball. Luckily, we have funding that we could give out, and to any community groups who start things, and they wanted to build this a bit more, and so they were lucky, fortunate enough to get some funding to start their baseball. But here we are. What do they say? The team came about by a desire to have our kids play together in a team environment, and also to re-establish that strong connection Orakei historically had with league. It was the first time any of them had played league, so as one of their coaches said, and he put it, we had more seconds than first. Unbelievably, their biggest win was by 6 tries. This is league, and this came in their last game of the season. The gradual improvers, their coach says with a chuckle. But that wasn't the highlight of the season, says the coach. It was simply the joy of seeing our kids out there giving it a go, sticking up for each other on the field and developing that strong sense of whakawhanaungatanga from it. As I've mentioned, My Fānau, I'm old enough to have seen my community, my nannies, working for the community. The women who got together and said, we need education for our mokos back in the 60s, and Les Gray was first play centre we had. I witnessed all that. I saw my nannies. I saw them winning the marae, and they worked with Pākehā women who felt the same in Orakei. Yes, they offered education to the mokos. They built a marae, and the Ngati have gone on to say that marae is truly ours, not Auckland's. It's ours on our end. And all the wonderful women, Pākehā women, who came together. Pākehā, I remember as a kid, I was a homework class with Sir Edmund Hillary. Homework classes. And there was some of the TV presenters. They're helping us do our homework. The Fergusons, Mrs. Boyce, all these people pioneered the beginnings for our community, but it had to take community and partnership and working together as Māori and Pākehā. Even though we had our, and they knew we had to regain our mana. And so today is historical. I think that by then, and all our tupuna who are gone, who are not witnessing what it is that we see, and the global growth that we all experience, no doubt. So when my family makes their way down to Wellington, my mokopuna and all our people, over 100 of them there this morning, and over another 100 farewelling them, it is historical that at 56 years old, I can say we are doing for ourselves because we have a strong economic base. We have regained our mana. And the world and New Zealand has supported that and need to support it. So I thank you, people. I thank you and I honour you for the time you've given to me, just as I honour everyone who comes into our office and who wants to work with us to enjoy their future, to grow their future for their mokopuna. That's always been our kaupapa. I can remember Sir Hugh Carvery and my tupuna all saying the same thing. It's not just for those of us today. It's for our mokopuna who are still to come. Teira tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.